Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Choke, no joke. I am in the building. You already know. Truth be told, all day, every day, even on the holiday. All right. Jason first up in the building. Tasha Rain second up in the building. Samantha, you got the top three. Jason, Tasha Rain, and Samantha. My man C Dub in the building was good. Choco was got jumped to Costco today. You already know. AC in the building. We here now. Vintage O, Michelle Frizzy, the Easterner, Kenyatta Carter, Choke no joke. We are here. I see we got some double agents out here, niggas on my page, going over the Gene page, trying to start trouble. I had to go over there and block a few people. I see two people I recognize over there as moderators. Gene talking about his moderator call. So it's two people I know that I peeped that yeah. I see I'm gonna have to mix up my moderators. He's out here doing the most. I mean, they out here doing the most, y'all. But you know how that is, man. That's that life with success, man. Let's get to the show. Choke yo joke, you already know. Tonight, and let me start off the show by saying, this. Earlier, I was doing the show talking about the Keefy D, the Puffy, and all that other stuff. You know, I'm just talking off the head. I'm outside, I'm walking and everything. I made a mistake and said Gene is going to be indicted. I didn't mean indicted, I meant subpoenaed. Subpoenaed as a witness because he's about the check, because he told the story about the check. So I made a mistake talking and said the word indictment, but you know, when I'm out doing my workout, the phone is so little, even if y'all corrected me, I probably wouldn't see it if I wasn't looking and if I'm talking. But if y'all know legally or know the law, you know I made a mistake, because why would Gene be getting indicted? He didn't commit a crime. I meant subpoena, and I said subpoena 100 times before that. I made one mistake talking, and niggas ran over to Gene page. Yo, Gene, Choke says you gonna get indicted. Little bitches and shit. Gene, Gene. Like, he know what I meant. So I'm just clearing that up. If you thought I meant indictment, even though I said subpoena 100 times in that same conversation, but if you thought I said, I mean, if you heard me say indictment and you thought that I meant indictment, I didn't mean that. I meant he would be getting subpoenaed if Keefy D gets indicted and they start pulling all these people in, the Vlads and all these other spots. They gonna pull them in. So all these people will get subpoenaed to come to court to say what they said on the internet. Okay? Y'all know me and Gene, these boys. Y'all seen us up in the malls. Y'all seen us talking now, cooking talk. You seen them on my show. You see me on his. Stop with the bullshit. Get a life. You know what I'm saying? You Gemini's, go on my page, go to his page, act like you cool with me. Then go over there and then talk shit about me. They come over here and then act like you cool with me. Fake ass mother effers. Phony people out here, man. You know what? middle finger you. And you know who you are. And you can take it personal, all right? Let's get to the show, y'all. Kelsey, we're talking to you tonight, Kelsey.
Yeah. In Dominican Republic.
All right.
Yeah.
We here.
Yeah. Joke, no joke. Primo, you ain't want to give me no beat, so I'm stealing one. Take it personal. You know you my guy, Primo, love you. You gonna give me a beat after this one? I never thought that you would cry me, go against me, and backstab me. Third eye is strong, word is bond. Put you on the fakes, and now you won. I gave you support, and you play me. For those who play with butt, yeah, I'm talking Breakfast Club, Revolt, whatever. All I know is birds of a feather. Hang with those that they hate. Once the realness, now you fake. And I see through you, what you gon' do when they book you and your Duke shoot. I know you think I'm expose you. This ain't no threat, take it personal. Choke, no joke. 2023, it's on me. You hear me? 2023 is on me. They say, why I don't come around the game? Cause all y'all dudes undercover gay. And I don't play those fucking games. Yo, stop the track, I'm fucking Slay. Rest in peace, K. Slay, man. Let's get to the next one. Yeah, Legal Hustle, Mega. You know what it is. It's choke, no joke about Kilman Heat. Left my boo with my dudes when I saw the heat. Was going in 30 seconds, more like 23. Took flight like Mike, number 23. Before the indictment came, I split like Jada, didn't get wet like Kane. Got out the game. I went from the tunnel, now movie making. So it ain't no confusion why you dudes be hating. Oh yeah, my man had to come through and make sure it went through. Y'all niggas is in trouble. Choke, no joke. I ain't no joke, the mixtape. We here now. You already know. Let's go. Choke chillin', got away from them billin'. Ain't shit really changed though, I'm still that villain. I'm making money with rhyme, fuck black on black crime. Beef and money don't mix, like Muslims and swine. I'm talking milk, penicillin, y'all be illin'. Y'all be thinking y'all killers, with your screw face grillin'. Kick that bullshit to me, y'all be wet though like Bruce Lee. And Brandon and Hearst on the highway to heaven. Man, you making mad threats and stuck in one section. I'm OBP like Naughty. Make a connection, talking under your breath, get you something you don't need. 2 fully loaded Max, filled up with heat. Nigga, you sweeter than 30 days for a body. Pop shit to these niggas, see me walk by me. But I ain't looking for no beef, I don't eat bologna. But I bring a whole cow if you run up on me. Shiesty, try me and hype me to peel your wig back like 10 cent icy. Bring it, stop bluffing, I got your threats, they mean nothing. I respond like Bond, I come through, I'm bombing. Playing bodegas, flipping Montega. You tan in the Jacks, I tan in Jamaica. Faker, wouldn't bust if he raped ya. Your chick got blazed up, hit it like Jada. While you blew up a pager, had to breathe like Vader. Your star at war, with the lightsaber. I'm here to lyrically tear your red, nigga, you a spear. I jack you up, now you outta here. Throw me on the 600. Now fucking nigga hummin', blowing down 8th Ave with a bad bitch blunted. I take it there. Y'all niggas don't want it. Y'all niggas don't want it. Y'all niggas don't want it with no joke. Who you thought it be? Represent the NYC. Bring it on if you niggas want some of me. Have y'all niggas feeling it like Jay-Z. No joke, who you thought it be? Representing the NYC. Bring it on if you niggas want some of me. Bronx King like the LORD-FINE-SC. And that bullshit y'all do, y'all niggas don't stress me. Oh yeah, and you already know, eat and war what it is. ain't no joke. The mixtape. We here now.
Joke, no joke. You already know. Oh. Hello there, hello there, hello there. Today was a little rough day for me today. I went to my favorite place, Costco. And they was in there harassing and discriminating. Pissed me off. Ruined my good day. All right, let me set this up over here. Okay. Joke, no joke. You already know. Got to set up my Instagram. Yeah, they was acting a fool up in there today, man. Every brother Cutler ain't your kin brother. Or however that saying goes. Every brother Cutler ain't your kin folk. And I'm going to the corporate office on their ass tomorrow. I'm gonna start suing people, yo. Everybody else do it. Shit. Shout out my girl, Miss Shanika. Pamela Godson, Wam Gal, Dev Banks, Tasha Rain, Donnie J, Vincent Yo, AC, Pamela God, Rob, Wam Rob, Rod in the building, Doug Velly in the building, Corrupted Seed in the building, Kenyatta Mike Morgan, Tasha Rain on me. Byron Hill, what up? T Breezy, what up? Mr. Go Getter, DJ 90 Skit, Angela. Payday. Y'all all up in the band. And Samantha. Wam Samantha. Jason. Wam. Come on in, come on in. I ain't even hit the button on Instagram. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get back into my cutie, Kelsey Nicole, Harris testimony. So I went over the first day with the prosecutor doing the direct examination. So now Tory lawyers, I think I left off with Tory lawyers interviewing, doing the cross-examination with Kelsey. Instagram, I'm live on YouTube. All right, let's get into this. Let me see where we at. Let me see. I spent 145. Okay. All right, so where we left off at was right here, 45, 145. Shout out to everybody in the building. Please hit the subscribe if you're new to the channel. I appreciate you. Like if you like it now, or like it at the end if you like it. All right. So where were we at? Okay. So this is Tory's defense talking to Kelsey now. Let me put this on the screen so y'all know it ain't no cap. All right. There's also been a lot of talk about bribery. And I want to, before I go into the facts, I want to talk about that. Has my client paid you anything? No. There's talk about hush money that Megan's people have put out there. Has my client paid any money to you, ma'am? No. And I would actually like to make that very clear, because I seen some things earlier from her attorney, and I'm tired of that lie. So no. There was a lot of talk about prosecution yesterday and today that my client promised you $1 million. Is that truthful? Were you being truthful when you said that to them in September? I'm sorry. Say that again. You told them in September something about $1 million. Do you remember? I mentioned $1 million, but I don't remember. I don't remember what I said. The prosecutor kept asking you yesterday, today, about this. Do you remember? Yes. Yesterday you said, and I think today you said, there was some stuff you weren't truthful about in that September meeting, correct? Yes. And some of that stuff is what you discussed with the judge in the back, correct? I'm sorry. Say that again. Some of the facts are what you discussed with the judge in the back, correct? Objection, relevance, overruled. I'm sorry. Say that again. Some of the facts where you lied about in that September meeting were discussed with the judge in the back chambers with your attorney, correct? Oh, I discussed my concerns. Now, you admitted that you were not completely truthful in that September meeting with the prosecution 4 or 5 months ago, correct? Yes. Did my client offer you $1 million or offer you to go into business with him? Did anything like that happen? Again, I can't remember. Are you being truthful right now? Yes. Ma'am. Let me ask you this. When you met with the people, the prosecution, and the investigator, was Detective Stogner there that day? No. Now, when you met with the prosecution prior to meeting with the prosecution, I'm sorry, I want to go back. Is Detective Stogner a female or a male? Male. Oh, no. There was a prosecutor investigator that was with them, correct? Yes. And there was some talk about you were threatened or pressured when they served you a subpoena, correct? Do you remember that? Yes. You weren't served a subpoena to meet with them and discuss the case in September, were you? I don't know. I don't know what I was subpoenaed for, but I was subpoenaed. You were subpoenaed to come to court, correct? Oh, yes. So let's put that aside for a minute. I'm discussing when you met with the prosecutor and the prosecutor investigator. Mm-hmm. You were called by them to meet, correct? Yes. Were they pressuring you to meet with them? Yes. Were they pressuring you to meet with them to clear up that you're not the shooter? Because the defense theory was you're the shooter. Is that why they wanted to meet with you? I'm not sure why they wanted to meet with me. Well, let me ask you this. Did they try to meet with you in 2020? After July of 2020? I can't recall when they started reaching out. But did they try to reach out to you in January of 2021? Again, it was multiple times. I can't recall when they started reaching out. Was it after you found out about the GSR and the defense theory that you were the shooter in this case? Is that when the people started trying to reach out to you to make a statement? I honestly don't know when they started reaching out. This year. So it was in 2022, correct? Yes. Okay. So again, going back to what I said about 2020 and 2021, nobody reached out to you back then, did they? Correct? Objection. That calls for speculation. Do you remember anyone trying to contact you about the case back then? I don't remember. Did Detective Stogner call you? Did this prosecutor call you in 2021 or was all the contacts in 2022? I'm more familiar with it being this year. Well, let me ask you this. Did they advise you that it would be helpful for you to meet with them to say that you were not the shooter, to get you out of this case and to help yourself from this case? Is that the reason why you met with them? I can't remember verbatim. I'm not asking verbatim. I'm asking you the purpose of when they kept calling you to meet. They told you why they want to meet, correct? And why it was important to me. Well, I passed them off to my lawyer at the time, so okay. But when you agreed to meet with them, correct? Yes. And you agreed to meet with them to help them. You agreed to meet with them to help yourself, so nobody can accuse you of the shooting. Objective, argumentative, overruled. Is that why you agreed to meet with them? I mean, I can't tell you why. I mean, I don't know. You didn't agree to meet with them in 2020 or 2021. You only agreed to meet with them in 2022 after you found out about the defense prosecution and you found out about the defense theory. Correct. If it was after the defense theory, then yes. And your goal in that meeting, did you feel like the prosecution was pressuring you to meet with them and make a statement? I felt like I had to. Is that because of what the prosecution was telling you? Yes. And you agree with me, nothing changed from you not wanting to meet with the prosecutor in 2021. Nothing changed besides the fact that you found out, the prosecution found out about the defense theory, correct? What do you mean nothing changed? Well, nothing changed from you not wanting to talk to these people in 2020 and 2021. And then agreeing to meet with them in 2022 because they told you that the defense is trying to point the finger at you, correct? Yes. And your goal was to try to incriminate my client and keep yourself out of this, correct? In 2022, when you met with them in September, correct? No. Were you truthful with them in 2022 in September when you met with them? Not 100%. Did anyone from the defense team pressure you? Did anybody try to reach out to you? Take a statement from you? No. Did the defense team try to come meet with you, send investigators to you? No. Ma'am, there was some talk yesterday about you being afraid. Are you afraid of my client, Tory Lanez, Daystar Peterson? You said you haven't talked to him. You said you haven't. No. Are you afraid of Daystar Peterson? No. You said you haven't talked to him. Have you talked to him in the last, since September 2022 to today? Have you talked to him? I haven't talked to him or Megan. Have you talked to him in 2021? No. Have you talked to any of his people in 2022? No. Have you talked to his attorneys from September to today in trial? Have you talked to anyone since September 22 to today? No. Have you talked to an investigator with the defense team from September 2022 to today? No. Did anyone approach you, offer you any money, bribe you, do anything to come into court and testify? No. A certain way? No. So when you talked about pressure and lying and all that, was that coming from the defense team at all? No. Was that coming from the prosecution and the prosecution investigators? Yes. Yana, this is a good time to take a break. We can take it now. We're going to take a break for now. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, this is where I stopped at yesterday. All right, Kelsey, you still under oath. Good afternoon, Kelsey. Good afternoon. Kelsey, before we broke for lunch, I discussed a few things about when you met with the DA and the DA investigator in September of 2022. Do you remember that? Yes. And we talked about you found out, and I used the word defense theory. Do you remember that? Yes. And you understand the evidence, the collection of the evidence in this case. For example, the GSR when you were in lockup, they came and took a GSR sample of you, right? I mean, correct? Yes. Remember that? On the night of this event. I'm sorry, say that again. The night of the event, do you remember there was a GSR taken from your hand? Honestly, I don't remember. Girl, you just said yes. Okay. But you understand the collecting of GSR. That GSR was positive, had nothing to do with the defense. That's what the evidence in this case shows. That's what the detective retrieved. You understand that? I'm not sure. Objection, calls for speculation, overruled, compound. Do you know what GSR? When he says that, do you know what he's talking about? Yes. Okay. I'm not sure where it came from. I just learned that I had it on me. Okay. And you understand that that's not what the defense did, right? That's what the investigator in this case did and came up with that GSR on your hand. You understand that? That's now what I know. I don't know who did it. I just know I seen that I had GSR. Okay. Do you remember the day when you got arrested and you were taken to the police station? Do you remember that? Yes. Do you remember them having to do some collecting of some stuff of your hand and them swab something? Do you remember that? I don't remember. You understand that the defense is not the one who interviews witnesses. For example, at the scene, you understand that? Yes. You understand the police are the ones who interview witnesses and talk to witnesses, neighbors, witnesses, where this happened. You understand that? Yes. So the evidence in this case, you found out what the evidence shows, and you agreed to meet with the prosecution in September of 2022, correct? I agreed after I was subpoenaed, yes. You were subpoenaed to court. You were not subpoenaed to meet with them, were you? Correct. Okay. And when you met with them and you made a statement, was it your impression that once you tell them what you tell them you're done with this case? Is that what you're told to believe? Yes. Yeah. Do you believe that you were still going to be coming to court and testifying under oath? Or did they say to you, or did they say if you say what you needed to say and you tell them what you wanted to say, that you won't have to come back to court. No, I think I learned that I was coming back later. Yeah, I think it was. I know I got ordered back that same day, I believe. Where was the interview done? In the room. Where? In LA? Oh, yes. The DA's office? I don't know where it was at. Was it in this building? I don't think it was this building. Were you telling the prosecution what they wanted to hear when you were lying about some of the stuff you lied about? You know you're supposed to say it like that. Objection. Sustained as phrased. Were you telling the prosecution stuff to be done with this case? I mean, I thought I'd be done with it. You earlier on direct examination this morning, you said you met with them and talked to them, and you wanted to free yourself. Do you remember that? I said that? Is that what you're saying? I said? You said this morning. You said that this morning when the prosecutor was asking you questions. You said you wanted to free yourself. Do you remember that? Yeah. You wanted to free yourself, meaning you wanted to say you had nothing to do with this case. It was Tory, right? You just wanted to say that day and be done with the case. I absolutely want nothing to do with this case. Now, you've been not only Megan's friend, but you've been you've been her assistant, correct? Yes. And she's with a record label, Rock Nation, correct? Yes. And she's with them today, correct? Yes. And if you know, do you know what record label Tory is with? No. Do you know prior to this incident, a week or so before, are you aware you were with Rock Nation at that time, right? You were part of her team, correct? Yes. And you were aware that they were trying to sign Tory, and Tory didn't agree to meet with Rock Nation. Are you aware of that? Objection, call for speculation. Sustained. Do you know about a fallout between Rock Nation and my client? Are you aware of that? Objection, calls for speculation. Relevance. Sustained. Now, let's talk about the day of this incident. You get to Miss Jenner's house with, wait, who are you with? Who did I go with? Yeah. EJ and Megan. Okay. And you get there and you guys start drinking, correct? Yes. And you were there for several hours, I understand, correct? Yes. And at some point when Tory got there, you weren't there, correct? Or you didn't see him get there, correct? Correct. You had fallen asleep, correct? Yes. Because you had drank too much. Yes. And was Megan drinking with you also that day? We all were drinking. Did you observe what demeanor was? What her demeanor was after she had been drinking? Yes. Did she look drunk to you? I mean, we all were drunk. Okay. I think you used the words drunk and obnoxious yesterday. Do you remember that? Obnoxious laugh. Did she look like she was drunk and acting obnoxious? I said her laugh was obnoxious. Oh, okay. You also said that you saw my client at some point there, right? Correct? Yes. And you saw him in the pool with Miss Jenna, correct? Kylie? Correct. And you saw him, I think you used the word flirting with Kylie in the pool, correct? Yes. Did you see Megan at that time when my client was in the pool flirting with Kylie? Yeah. What was her demeanor? Objection, vague. Overruled. She was irritated. When you say irritated, did she look upset? I mean, like she was irritated. You know, like, I mean, I guess you can correlate the two. At some point, when she was irritated, upset, my client's in the pool with Miss Jenna. Did EJ come and tell you it's time to leave? He did. And did you see him go talk to Megan about leaving? I don't remember him telling her. I remember me telling her. And when you told her to leave, was she willing to leave? No. Do you know why? Objection. Calls for hearsay. Overruled. I don't think she told me why. Now, at some point, she agreed to leave. Yes. Was EJ at the location when you guys agreed to leave? Yes. Was EJ already left and you guys had no vehicle to leave in? Wait. Was EJ already left and you guys had no vehicle to leave in? And that's why you guys went with Tory driver? No. Was EJ's vehicle still in the same location? Yes. Was EJ still present? Yes. Let me ask you this. Before leaving, did you meaning you and Megan, have luggage and bags in a room in Kylie's house? Yes. Is that the room that Kylie gave you guys to change and have all your clothes and your belongings there? Yes. And you agree with me that there was luggage and multiple duffel bags. Do you remember that? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many, but yes. And did you at some point go try to put your belongings together and pack your stuff to leave? Yes. And were your belongings already packed? Yes. Who packed your belongings, if you know? EJ. And when he packed your belongings, where were your belongings at this point? I'm sorry. Had he left them at the house, in the room, or had he moved them to the vehicle? Oh, they were still inside. Okay. And at some point, the belongings that were packed in the luggage and the duffel bags, were those moved to the vehicle? Correct. Who did that? Me and EJ. And Megan is still in the house at this time, irritated or upset because my client is still in the pool with Kylie, correct? Yes. At some point, the stuff was put in EJ's vehicle, correct? The luggage? Correct. And at this point, Megan comes and agrees to leave, correct? No. At this point, I think, I don't know. She decided, or I don't know how it happened, but she told us that we were leaving with Tory's driver, with Tory. Okay. And did you have to come move the luggage and bags into Tory's car? In Tory's vehicle? Yes, we did. And after removing the bags, what happened next? Did you guys leave with Tory's vehicle? I want to make sure I remember this. I think that's when we left. That's approximately when you left. Correct? Now, did Tory come with you guys when you left? No. Are you sure of this? The first time? Yes, he did. Is there any doubt that the first time Tory did not come? No, he stayed. Who left with you at this point? Just me and Meg and EJ left. You know, he followed us out or we followed him out. I don't know. So the two vehicles left at the same time? Correct. So if somebody said that EJ was already gone and you can't leave with EJ because that vehicle wasn't there, would that be a false statement? I'm sorry. Say that again. If somebody said that the reason you didn't go with EJ was because EJ had already left and his vehicle wasn't there, would that be a false statement? Yes. Objection, speculation, overruled. Answer remains. Somebody said that you guys never left and came back. And the one time you left, Tory was with you. Would that be a false statement? Yes. So when you guys left in Tory's vehicle, is you, Megan, and Quan? Correct. And EJ left in his vehicle? Correct. And you guys left at the same time? Yes. So at this time, my client, Tory and Kylie, are still in the house at the pool. Correct? Correct. And as you guys leave, what happens next? Do you guys come back? No, let me withdraw that. How long did you guys leave before coming back or deciding to come back? I honestly can't remember. Like how long we were gone? Was it short or was it very long? It was short. And whose idea was it to go back? Megan. And what was the reason she wanted to go back? I believe she had left her slipper or slide or something. Was that true? Is that the reason for her wanting to go back? Objection, speculation, sustained. Did she make any comments about Kylie and Tory being alone at the house at this time? She did. What did she say? I don't know verbatim, but it was something along the lines of he wanted, he's not verbatim. I can't quote it, but it was like he wants to stay there with Kylie. Did she look upset and irritated when she made that comment? I couldn't see her facial expression. Okay. Were you seated in the back? Correct. So you guys come back to Kylie's house, correct? Yes. So you guys come back to Kylie's house, correct? Yes. And she gets out of the car. Did you get out of the car at the same time? No. So the only person that gets out of the car is Megan. Correct? Yes. When she came back, did you see her with any slippers or slides in her hand or anything? I can't remember. At this point, did she come back with Tory? I wouldn't say it was like they rushed out, so they trailed out together. Okay, so they came back to back. Yeah. And when they got in the car, did Megan make any statements about Kylie kicking her out of the house and telling her it's time for you to leave? Yes. Do you remember her saying that? Yes. And at this point, who's in the car and in what seat can you give us? Is Quan driving? Yes. Is Megan seated next to him? Yes. You're seated behind Megan? Correct. And my client, Tory, is seated behind the driver, correct? Correct. 1 second. And my client, Tory, is seated behind the driver, correct? Correct. Now, you had known my client at this point for about 5-6 months, right? You met him in 2022, correct? I don't know what time, when, but it was earlier that year. And you knew him for several months, fair to say? Yes. And you've seen him many times, correct? Correct. And in fact, you said you had a friendship with him. It was more than just a friendship, correct? Correct. And you had seen him with his security. You had seen him with different people, correct? Correct. Was this the first time you had met Quan? Correct? Correct. Quan is not Tory's primary security, correct? Correct. Objection. That calls for speculation. I don't know. She says she doesn't know. Well, based on what you said for these several months that you had been friends with him, you had never seen Quan, correct? Correct. Now, before we get into the car, you said Megan wanted you to be friendly with Tory, correct? Yes. Yes, sir. Kind of like setting you guys up together. Is that what happened? Is that what was happening? Right. And then that's how you and Tory became friendly, correct? Correct. And your relationship built to the point where it was more than just friends, correct? Correct. Now you guys are in the car. And at this point, you left Kylie's house and the argument is happening, correct? Correct. And I want to break down these arguments because I know there's been a lot of testimony in this case where you talk about arguments and it says that everybody's arguing, right? I want to break down initially when the parties got into the car. Was the argument about my client not leaving and the argument was between Megan and Tory? You agree with me? Correct. Was the argument about him flirting and staying in the pool with Kylie and not leaving with you guys the first time? I honestly can't remember. It was just arguing about him not wanting to leave. And that argument was between my client and Megan, correct? Yes. At some point, you, being Megan's assistant, you jumped in, protected Megan, correct? Being her friend. Yes. Oh, being her friend. Yes. Oh, at some point while this argument is happening and you interject, my client tells Megan to tell you the truth. Correct? And what did my client say exactly, what you can remember? What did my client say? Basically, that she was basically telling me that, I don't know the exact wording, basically telling me that, she was, that they were having a relationship, and that she was, betraying me or backstabbing me. And how did that make you feel when you found that to be true? It caught me off guard. I was so confused, a little upset. Yesterday, you used the word angry. I don't remember what I don't know. Oh, it was too long of a day. Yes, it really was. Okay. You were upset. You were angry? Is that fair to say? Correct. And did you get upset and start arguing with Megan at this time? I believe we began arguing. Is this when Megan decided to, on Sunset Boulevard or near a bus stop, ask to be let out? Yeah, I believe so. When she got out of the car, did you see her go and sit at a bus stop? Yes. What was she wearing at that time? Her bathing suit, a bikini, and she was sitting on Sunset Boulevard at 4 o'clock in the morning in the bikini, correct? I'm not sure where it was, but hey, yeah, a bus stop, late, yes. A big street, yes. And who went near her and approached her and convinced her to get back in the car? Did she just get in on her own, decide that, that I'm an up-and-coming artist, so let me get back in the car. I shouldn't be sitting here. Or did someone talk to her? Objection. That's speculation. Well, you can tell us what you saw. What did you see? Did someone walk up to her? Yes. Who went to her and who started to talk to her? Tory. And did you see how long that conversation took place? I honestly don't remember how long it was. But at some point, do you remember both Tory and Megan leaving the bus stop and getting back in the car? They did. And did they get back into the same seats that they were in prior to stopping at the bus stop? Yes. So Megan got back in the front seat and Tory got back behind the driver, correct? Yes. And you were still upset at this point, correct? Because she had betrayed you. I think you used the word that she had gone behind your back or backstabbing. Yes. That she had, did you use the word backdoored you? In the argument I did, that argument, after she got back in the car, continued, correct? You were still upset. Yeah. He lining Kelsey ass up. Girl, you have motives to be mad. Because what he's saying up right here is, he's showing the jury that even though when Tory and Megan argued, Tory got out and had a civilized conversation with her and to the point it was so civilized that she was willing to get back in the car. But when she argued with Kelsey, that's what made her get out of the car. And then he's establishing Kelsey was still mad and Megan gets back in the car. And then they continue to argue again. And this is when they're going to jump out and fight. So he's establishing that when Tory talked to Megan, he was civil, he wasn't violent, he wasn't argumentative, and Megan trusted him enough to get back in the car. Kelsey is setting herself up to say she had motive to shoot her ass right here. This is what he's setting her up for, to show that she had motive to shoot her because she was mad at her. That she had, did you use the words backdoored you? In the argument I did, that argument, after she back in the car, continued, correct? You were still upset. Yeah. because you like Tory, correct? It was more so about her backstabbing me. And that was the first time she had backstabbed you, correct? No. You're laughing, Miss Harris. Yeah, because it's not the first time. Wait, so she had backstabbed you multiple times, correct? Yeah. And that made you, how did that make you feel at that point? How would anybody feel? It made me upset. Upset? Angry? Your argument continued. Sorry? Say that again? The argument continued between you and Megan. All of us. And me and Megan. Yes. When you say all of us, at this point, Tory is not really arguing about why he was in the pool and why he wanted to stay at Kylie's house, right? That argument was not going on. The argument was more about you and Megan cheating or backstabbing you with someone you liked, correct? Correct. That's what the argument was after the bus stop. When you got back in the car and left the bus stop, that's when the primary argument was, correct? Yes, sir. And Tory may have been backing Megan up, but the primary argument was between you and Megan and her backstabbing you, correct? And doing multiple and doing it multiple times. Yeah. And you actually gave names of the people she had, and I'm not going to repeat it in court, but you gave the names of the people she's done that to you, that she done that to in the past, correct? I gave one name, and that made you upset. Yes. And that you were hurt because your best friend, your friend of many years, was doing this to you and had done it multiple times. Correct? Yeah. And when she did that the first time, you guys continue being friends, correct? Yeah. So you guys were still, after she did that the first time, you guys continue talking. You guys were still friendly. You were still her assistant, correct? Yes, sir. But after this time, you guys stopped talking, correct? And we'll go into that. But you guys stopped talking, correct? After, yeah. Now, let's go back. She gets in the car, the bus stop. You guys are leaving, and you and her arguing. Tory may be getting involved, but at some point, you guys get out of the car. The car stops. You and her get out of the car, correct? Yeah. And Kelsey, you need to be truthful. Did you and Megan get into a fist fight at this point when you got out of the car, or fight? I'm not even going to say a fist fight. Did you and her get into a fight? Pushing, shoving, hitting. Think about it. I know you've been drinking. I know there's been a lot of stuff. I know you think about this, and this just be truthful. And you remember immunity. Like I said, it was alcohol. You know, Kelsey, I understand there's alcohol. I understand you were friends. I understand you made statements when the two got out the car because you was upset that she had done this in the past. She had done this again with somebody you like. somebody she encouraged you to be with. It made you upset and angry. When you got out of the car, did you and Megan, I know there was a lot of alcohol involved, get in each other's face, push each other, strike each other, kick each other, any physical altercation. Be truthful. I mean, we probably just bumped each other. But, well, hold on. You guys got out of the car. You're upset at her because she's backstabbing you. Getting it with the man that you wanted to be with. She done this to you in the past, and you guys just bumped into each other. Is that what you telling the jury? She just did it to you in the past, and she did it with the man you want to be with, and you just tell me you just bumped into each other? Is that what you telling the jury? I mean, we were under the influence. I don't know. You know, I really don't know. I know you were under the influence. And it sounds like during the interviews and during talking about what happened, you were specific, you recollection of a lot of stuff, right? You had recollection. I'm not saying you remember everything specifically, and I know you all probably want to distance yourself from this, but I need you to remember it was a little more than just bumping each other, correct? You guys were yelling and screaming at each other, correct? Yes. You guys outside of the car were yelling at each other, screaming at each other, to a point where other neighbors in the neighborhood could hear and could have heard you, correct? This wasn't just talking to each other, correct? I mean, we were all yelling at each other. But when you and Megan got out of the car first, you and her were yelling at each other, correct? I don't remember. We was arguing outside the car. I really don't remember. Was the door open and you guys were arguing? When the door opened, were you guys still arguing before you exited the vehicle? As you were exiting the vehicle, you guys are still arguing. No, I mean, we both got out the car at the same time. When you got out of the car, you were still upset at her, correct? Because of what she had done. All of you were still arguing. You said, correct? I was so confused. You were confused, but you are not so confused anymore because you knew what happened. You said you did this in the past with somebody else, correct? Oh, I mean, you could have. We were drinking. We were drunk. We were arguing. So I was saying a lot of things. But you were upset and angry also, correct? Of course. When you got out of that car, all you remember was that bump each other? Is that all you remember? Yes. You don't remember anything more than bumping each other. Could there have been a little more than just bumping each other? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. Megan, you understand you have immunity. I do. I said Megan. I'm sorry. I meant Kelsey. Say that again. I didn't even realize you called me Megan. I'm sorry. It's been Megan. Kelsey. Megan, I apologize. Kelsey, you understand you have immunity, correct? Yes. And you understand you were under the influence. I'm sorry. Say again. The coffin. Say it again. And I know you were under the influence. You guys were all under the influence that day. Was there a little more than just arguing and bumping each other? Objection, asked and answered. I think she answered that at this point. Sustained. I think she's been asked a lot of questions repeatedly. All right. Well, ask your next question, Mr. Mediskian, or whatever your name is. How close were you and Megan at this point before that night? How close were you guys? Oh, we were very close. Like sisters? Yes. Were you guys each other pretty much all day, every day? Yes. With the exception that I think you said you had COVID and you went back home, correct? Yes. And when you got back, you were living with her. Yes. We were together about 2 weeks. How about before you went to Houston? Were you still together? Correct? Correct. And you were staying in LA for some time, correct? We were, yes. We were pretty much between New York and LA. And when you were in New York and LA, you were together. Correct. And in fact, you were running the same house and living together. You were living in the same, you were running the same house and living together. Correct? Yes. We had hotels and Airbnb. You were in the Airbnb. You were in the same house, correct? Correct. How did that make you feel that she was done? And that she has done that to you multiple times besides confused? I had honestly just discovered that. And how did that make you feel when you discovered that? Objection, vague. Discovered what? Overruled. You know what he's asking you. Correct. I mean, discovered that she was a great friend. Discovered. You know what you are asking? I do. The prosecutor is asking to clarify. Oh, okay. How did that make you feel? I mean, like anybody else would feel, betrayed. When you got out of the car, did anyone say, dance, bitch? Did you hear a word? Did anybody saying, dance, bitch? No. I don't know where that came from. So, no. Let me ask you this. When you got out of the car was stopped, correct? Yes. And it was in a residential area, a small residential area street, correct? Yes. When you got out of the car, which way did you start walking? Did you start walking? Did you see Megan when you got out of the car? I wasn't paying attention to where anybody was. Did Megan start walking toward the front of the car or the back of the car? I don't know where she started walking to. We both got out of the car. Did you start walking to the back of the car or the front of the car? I was walking. I barely got to walk. It was like a step. I don't know, like kind of going towards the, I'm sorry. Well, let me ask you this. I'm sorry, I don't remember. You guys got out of the car and you bumped each other. You guys were arguing, yelling, and you guys bumped each other. Did this bump happen towards the back of the car or the front of the car? So, I mean, I don't know who I was walking to the back or she was walking. Sorry? Could you repeat that? Yes. I mean, again, I think it was kind of fast. I understand. You were under the influence of alcohol. I understand it happened so fast. I understand all of it. I don't know. I just remember the bump. I don't know if I was walking towards where she was or she was walking towards the back. I don't know. It kind of happened fast. Hold on, y'all. Let me explain something to y'all right now, what he's establishing. For those who may not understand what he's establishing. What can I use for an example? Okay. This is the car. All right. This is going to be the passenger side, right? So Tory and Quan is over here on this side. They the two light-skinned niggas. The two girls with the fingernails is the women. All right. This is Megan right here. This is Kelsey. This is Quan. This is Tory. This is what the lawyer's establishing right now. One he's establishing, when they first got out the car, that was the first argument. They got out, Megan got out the car, Kelsey stayed in, right? Quan stayed in. Tory got out the first time. He gets out, Megan goes over here, they go and talk. These two is in the car. What the lawyer's establishing is that when Tory gets out the car with Megan, they are able to talk and have a civilized conversation, and he was able to convince her to get back in the car. Second stop, what the lawyer's establishing is that they arguing again, but this time when they get out the car, is Megan and Kelsey arguing. So this is why they both jump out at the same time to fight. This is where the fight happens, right? This is why he's asked her about the bruises and all these bruises she had on her that she say that she can't remember, right? So these two get out the car at the same time. We all know why they both got out the same time. You know, when motherfuckers is talking to each other, what, bitch, what, get out, bitch, get out, fuck you, I want to get, but they both jump out at the same time. Now, what he's also establishing is, all right, y'all both got out the car at the same time. You can only lie but so much. What direction did you go and what direction did Megan go? Now she don't know how they both got out to the car, but she don't know what direction neither one of them walked. She don't know if she walked to the back of the car, straight that way, to the front of the car. Her and Megan jump out at the same time. She don't know if Megan walked to the front of the car, the back of the car, or straight ahead. Clearly, Kelsey walked to the front of the car and Megan walked to the back of the car to meet to fight, because how else would they bump each other? How else would they bump each other? This is how they bump each other. They both get out the far, fight, and boom. Right? You know how wide the doors is to get out. You ain't gonna get out and y'all both walk into the mall to get in. And if you got out right here, if they pulled up in front of a door, a movie theater, and the screen is the movie theater, if they opened the door at the same time, got out, boom, boom, closed the door, and walked to the door, to the screen, they not bumping each other. Only reason they bumped each other because they got out and they bam, bam. Which is they got into the fight, but she don't want to say they got into the fight, this, that, and the third. But let's move on. I understand. You were under the influence of alcohol. I understand it happened so fast. I understand all of it. I don't know. I just remember the bump. I just don't know if I was walking towards where she was or she was walking towards the back. I don't know. It kind of happened fast. When you saw her in the driveway, was that towards the back of the car or the front of the car? I think that was towards, I don't know. I don't know. Kelsey, you agree with me. She was walking to the back of the car and you were walking to the back of the car. Objection. Assumes facts not in evidence. Well, it's a question. Is that what happened? You both walked to the back of the car. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember. There's a point where we did walk like towards the back, but is that where the bump, the argument, and I'm not going to say fight, but whatever happened, the bumping happened in the back side of the car? At first, yes. And then what happened after that? Did Megan turn around and started walking to the front of the car? Is that what happened? I don't know. I believe so. So Megan's in the front and you're in the back, correct? Yes. You get out of the car. She comes towards you, the back. And then she turns around and goes to the front after a bumping happened. Correct. I mean, it kind of happened fast, but that's all that happened. She bumped you with the chest bump and walked away. I don't think it was a chest bump. Was there a fight? I don't. You don't want to tell us? No, you don't remember? Yeah, I don't really remember. Now, since this incident, which was July 12th, you say you were picked up by her assistant from jail or some lady by the name of Jilly, correct? And you were with Jilly when you went to the hospital. You didn't go to the hospital on your own, did you? You were taken by Jilly, correct? She was going to see Megan, I guess. And since that day, have you seen Megan? No. Since that day, have you picked up a phone to talk to Megan? Besides texting or Snapchat or Instagram, I mean, besides texting or Snapchat or Instagram, I mean, when it was time to, figure out my living arrangements, yes. She called you for your living arrangements, correct? Yes. I mean, correct. Besides that, have you talked to her? No. Now I'm almost done. And I know there was a lot of questioning about what you said in 2022, September of 2022. Do you remember that? Correct. And you said you weren't truthful about everything. Do you remember that? Correct. Did you tell the prosecution what they wanted to hear? Let me withdraw that. Did you tell the prosecution what they wanted to hear so you be done with this case? I'm sorry. Can I ask to speak to my lawyer? Do you understand the question? If you don't remember, you don't remember. If you don't understand, we can re-ask it. I think she asked to speak to her lawyer. Well, just ask the question. I don't think that calls for, okay. I mean, I just told them what I wanted to tell. You told them what you wanted to tell. To keep you out of this case and to make sure that you are not a suspect in this case, you just wanted to tell them what they wanted to hear. I wanted to be out of this. And so you lied about a lot of stuff in that transcript, correct? Yes. And you lied about who the shooter was, right? You lied about the shooting, man. Kelsey, I have no further questions. I'll withdraw. I don't think the witness answered the question. Did you answer the question? I didn't. All right. The question is, did you lie about who the shooter was when you talked to the DA in September? I honestly didn't see. I heard, so I have no further questions. If I could have 1 second. And we need to approach, I think. Right. Your Honor, 1 second. All right. We at a sidebar. Mr. D, Your Honor, can you please admonish the counsel that he cannot keep interrupting if he's not the one involved in the examination? All right. I don't want the two of you guys to go at it with each other in front of the jury. You address me to you address yourself to me and to the witness. The same goes for you, Mr. Bot. Your Honor, we had a rule. You said my associate could not speak at sidebar. He spoke to my client because my client spoke to him. That's the rule. My associate spoke at sidebar once. Since then, whenever we at a sidebar or with a witness, Mr. Bot jumps in. He shouldn't be speaking. Mr. Bot, you understand the rules. When it's your witness, you talk. When it's not, you don't talk. Okay? Your Honor, just so we clear, with the respect to the sidebar, there's rules on which attorneys can discuss at the sidebar. I agree. And my client spoke to my associate, and my associate spoke to my client. Okay. So on the issue with the documents that were turned over this morning, have you had a chance to look at them? I haven't. I had my investigator. He couldn't get him over to me. He needed to check the number and check who it is and check the time and date on the stamp to see if the text had gone through. So what are you asking me to do? And I don't have enough time to look at it because I don't want to bring this witness back. I gave it to my investigator. He's trying to see about the text messages and the stamps and what it is and what it isn't. When he gets back to me, I can confirm if it was sent or made up and who brought it and who wasn't. And I'm sorry, but we have a civil lawyer sitting here who I noticed does not sit behind. She sits next to the investigator. She passes notes to the people. This is just not proper. We shouldn't have anybody sitting there. Those people should not be there, Your Honor. But you're getting off the subject here. So what? I'm going to show the text messages from the day between Kelsey and Megan. It's not proper that, Your Honor, everyone is talking at the same time. Given what she's testified to, it would seem that it's admissible late discovery. I will allow her to do that. And you can ask your questions. And if you want an instruction, I'll certainly consider that. You should be blocking those messages. They can't show everything. What if we want to show this part? What if they want to show this and they want to block this? Well, it gives it context. This conversation occurs right before this conversation. So it gives a context as to what it is. Come on. You can always cross-examine. All right. Redirect. Thank you. Kelsey, yes, ma'am. I'm going now. This is the prosecution, the DA back on Kelsey. Tory lawyers has finished. They playing so dirty. I mean, they playing so dirty. This court is so dirty. I'm going to show you this text, which previously marked as People's 32, and we talked about briefly. Do you see that? Yeah. You said you sent that text to Justin Edison while you were in the car, correct? Yes, ma'am. And I asked you why you sent it, and what was your reply? Do you remember? Yes. Because I panicked. And explain to me, or make it make sense to me, when you panicked, why did you say Tory shot Meg? I just assumed, since I heard, the shots. Okay. And why did you assume that? I don't know. I mean, just an assumption. Well, there are only 4 people in that car, correct? Before the shooting. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. And it was you and Jaquan, Tory, and Meg. Yes, ma'am. And Meg, you come to discover was shot, correct? Again, I was told she stepped on glass, so I don't know. But Meg, you come to discover was shot, correct? I discovered she was, sitting in the driveway. Megan didn't shoot herself, right? Say that again. Megan didn't shoot herself, right? I mean, I don't think so. No, I don't know. Did you ever see Megan with a gun in her hand that night? No. Jaquan, he wasn't involved in any arguments in the car, correct? No. And Jaquan wasn't even inside Kylie's house earlier, correct? Except to grab Tory to bring him out, correct? Correct. And you didn't shoot Meg, correct? No. So who does that leave? Objection. That calls for speculation. Well, why don't you rephrase the question? Is that why you assumed it was Tory that shot Meg? Objection calls for speculation. Overruled. You can answer the question, Kelsey. I mean, we all were arguing, but is that why you assume, Kelsey, that Tory shot Meg? Yes. Now, where you panicked when you sent these text messages and showing you People's 33D? No, but I was confused. And what were you confused about when you sent the text messages? Why I had the injuries. And you sent them to Meg? Is that correct? Yes, ma'am. And then this text message, this one isn't to Meg. It's a picture of an injury on your body. And that's after there's a discussion about Justin going to Tory to get some stuff. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. And then you respond, oh, yes. I was wondering why he sent that text immediately after the picture of your injury, correct? Yes, ma'am. And you also sent, again, not just that text message of your injury, but you sent other text messages of other injuries, including your leg and your hair and your arm. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. Were you panicked when you sent these text messages? Again, no. But I was definitely confused. Well, showing you, I have this mark as 39. What is this document? This is a text message, the one that was previously discussed at the sidebar. It appears to be a message between Kelsey and an individual. All right, so Mark, People's 39. I'm showing you People's 39. Do you recognize this? Honestly, I mean, you're showing me it. I see it, but I honestly didn't remember that text. This is a text message between you and Megan, isn't it? Again, I don't even remember sending that text, but I see it. So in July 12th of 2022, the day of the shooting, Meg's asking you to call her, correct? Is this between me and Megan? Yes. Your Honor, I'm going to have to object on the foundation. Well, do you know who the message is to by looking at it? I honestly don't. Like, you're kind of bringing this to me, so I don't remember. Well, you remember having a text exchange in July 12th of 2020 where you talked about maybe getting a scan at urgent care. Again, you showing me, so yeah, I see it, but I don't remember. Well, Your Honor, I'm going to have to object. There's no foundation here. Lay the foundation as to what this is and whether she's going to recognize it. And this is a text message between you and Megan on July 12th of 2020 where you talk about maybe going to get a scan at urgent care because your chest. I don't think this is between me and Megan. I don't think so. I don't. Remember this. I don't. Your Honor, I don't think so. Your Honor. All right, hold on a second. Is there an objection? Yes. There's foundational issues here. Did you send any of these messages? I honestly don't remember. I'm not seeing it. But I don't believe Megan was. I don't remember texting Megan. Your Honor, I'm going to object. And if I can have a sidebar, we don't need a sidebar. She doesn't know the messages. So you can't ask her about this. Well, just briefly, you said, I don't believe these messages were to me and Megan. Who do you believe these messages believe they're between you and who? I don't know. But I don't know. I'm telling you. Did you contemplate going to urgent care and getting a CAT scan for injuries received from July 12th, 2020? I mean, I believe so, but I don't remember that text. Did that text refresh your recollection that you were contemplating going to urgent care in 2020? It refreshes, Your Honor. That's an improper way of refreshing recollection. Overruled. She can refresh her recollection. I mean, the text kind of brings back a little something, but I'm telling you, I don't remember. It brings back a little something because you were a part of this text conversation or one of the people on the conversation. No, about the urgent care? No, not about the urgent care. Now, did you also contemplate going to urgent care because your neck hurt and your chest hurt? Yes. And you were having pressure and a heart murmur that was being triggered. I mean, I don't remember everything, but I can remember contemplating. And do you remember that during the time you thought about going to urgent care, your left side and back side and neck hurt? But that was because of fighting and being dragged out the car by your hair. I don't remember. You don't remember one. I'm sorry. You're trying to pull something out of my brain, and I told you I don't remember. Well, do you remember wanting to go to urgent care for that reason? That you had been hurt and your neck hurt and your left side hurt and your back hurt, and it was because of someone pulling your hair and dragging you out? I'm telling you, I don't remember. Now, Detective Stallion attempted to reach out to you on August 14th, 2020. Do you remember that? I don't remember. Do you remember Detective Stallion leaving you a voice message requesting that you can call him back August of 2020? I don't know if I listened to a voice message during that time. Would you look at the report, refresh your recollection? Sure. May I approach? Yes. I'm just going to show you the second paragraph, the highlighted portion. If you could read that to yourself. Once you're done, you can look up. Okay. Does that refresh your recollection? I don't remember answering the phone with that statement there. No, I don't remember. Do you remember hearing a male voice identifying himself as Detective Stoner and then asking to speak with you, and then you hung up the phone? No, ma'am. Do you remember that at some point after this, you did obtain a lawyer, and that was Dominique Calhoun, correct? Yes, ma'am. And actually, no. That was not the lawyer we used. You had a lawyer shortly after this incident, correctly? Yes, ma'am. And you told us in September 2022 why you wanted to get a lawyer at that point, correct? I don't remember. And when you had a lawyer at some point by the name of Dominique Calhoun, correct? Again, he's a new lawyer. Well, he represented you. Or was a new lawyer? He represented you last year, correct? In 2021. No, he did not. Well, he represented you before you had a baby, correct? Yes. And you were still pregnant at the time, even when he represented you. He's actually not like he's my communication, but he's not my retained lawyer. Well, you mentioned earlier on cross-examination. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Do we have to bring these people up? Well, if it's relevant, it comes in. If it's not, well, are you going with where are you going with this? Yeah. Well, at some point you mentioned to Mr. Medicine, whatever his name is, that you got your lawyers in touch with the prosecutors. And I mentioned that to who? You mentioned that to Mr. Tory's lawyer, whatever his name is. Is that right? Misstates the evidence. Well, it's a question. Is that what you did? You had your lawyers contact the prosecutors? Yes. Well, no. You reached out. So they responded. Right. So I reached out to your lawyers. Actually, your lawyers, well, I think y'all reached out to me, and I think I forwarded, I got y'all in correlation. Okay. So I reached out to your lawyer last year, and that was Dominique Calhoun, or someone was representing themselves as your lawyer last year. Is that right? It's been over a period of time, I believe. Last year, this year, yeah. Last year as well, correct? Yes, ma'am, yeah. And at the time, you were not ready to speak with us. Is that right? Um, I believe so. And we accommodated you and tried to find another date that worked out better for you. Is that right? No. Um, I'm not sure if he spoke with a few people and told you guys, that I was, Your Honor, I'm going to object. This witness wasn't privy to that conversation. No speaking objections, Mr. McDickinson. What's the ground? It's all hearsay, Your Honor. Overruled. So let's clear that. The first time you and I actually met was on September 20th, 2022, correct? I believe so. I believe that's the date. You aware of the DA's involvement in this case? You were aware of the DA's involvement in this case because we had been in communication with your lawyer since last year, correct? I also gave vague communication. So honestly, I got subpoenaed and you were not subpoenaed until this year, correct? Yes. So before you were even subpoenaed, you were aware of your desire to speak. You were aware of our desire to speak with you through your attorneys, correct? Yes. However, you did not actually meet or speak to either myself or Mr. Bott until September 14th of 2022. Is that correct? Yes. And when you came out to meet with us, there was no threat or promises that were made to you in exchange for you talking to us. Is that correct? No, you guys did not threaten me. No. And first, before you spoke with us and met with us, we actually brought you into court to have you ordered back for the actual trial date. Is that right? I'm sorry, say that again. Before you went to speak with us back in September 14th of 2022, we were ordered back by this judge for trial. You were ordered back by this judge for trial. Correct. And that was in order to have you come back in a future date to testify. Is that correct? Is that right? I just don't know. I just know I had to come back. So you knew that the case wasn't over as of September 14th, 2022. Is that right? Yes. And when you met with us again, you said you felt pressure. Do you recall that? Yes. But I also, reiterated the pressure. It's not, it wasn't in the room by you guys. I did feel pressure. Prior to coming, I got somebody coming to my door saying you got to go to jail. You guys keep reaching out. Like I did feel pressure. I felt like pressure by this whole case. People attack me every day. I have a lot of pressure. So an hour and 20 minutes that we spoke to you, at no point in time did we pressure you to say anything. Is that right? You guys didn't threaten me, no, but I felt under pressure. Well, but at no point in time did we, let me put it this way. In that interview, you actually mentioned several times that you wanted to finally speak your truth. Is that right? I don't remember what I said in the interview. And if I could just have a moment. You were asked by Mr. Dyson or whatever his goddamn name is. I just think got so many consonants. MGD in the beginning. How the hell? Dyson. If you only came to talk to us after you learned about the defense in this case, is that right? I'm sorry, say that again. You were asked by Mr. McDyson if you only came to talk to us after you learned about the defense in this case? Are you referring to the GSR? Well, let me put it this way. You were asked by Mr. Dyson previously that you only came to us to talk to us, to tell us what happened after you learned about the defense theory in the case. Do you recall that question? I'm sorry, no. You don't recall that question at all? That was before lunch, so no. Well, the GSR thing. When did you learn anything about the GSR? What date? What that? I honestly can't tell you the date. There's so much information out. I don't know. And this theory or this idea that you shot Megan, you said was ridiculous, right? Yes. And you were being accused of that almost from day one, correct? Yes. And you were being accused of that in September. Is that correct? Yes. And you're being accused of that now. Is that correct? Yes. And you're being accused of that back in July of 2020 when this first happened. Is that correct? Correct. And even then in July 14th, actually posted an Instagram post saying that you did not shoot Megan. Is that correct? Yes. You showed me this post, but yes, right. At some point, there were other theories about what actually happened, including that Megan stepped on glass. Is that correct? I mean, that's what her team told me. So that's what I believed. You know, the whole with the alcohol, I don't know. So there were a lot of rumors swirling around. There were a lot of rumors swirling about, correct? Yes. Those rumors swirled about back in July of 2020 and all the way up to even today, correct? Yes, ma'am. And those theories about you shooting Megan, which were false, is that right? Yes, ma'am. They were false. Those theories were floating around from day one. Is that correct? Correct. And even on day one, you were told everyone in that post you did not shoot Meg. Correct, correct. And you have remained consistent that you did not shoot Meg. Is that correct? Yes, ma'am. Kelsey, we have already explained to you a million times you have immunity. You have use immunity. You under already, you what? You under already what that means. Yes, ma'am. And what that means is as long as you are truthful on the stand and you can say what happened and you will not be prosecuted. You understand that? Yes, ma'am. Did you shoot Megan? Objection. Asked and answered. Overruled. No, ma'am. Can I just have a moment? Yes. Nothing further. Mr. D, any further recourse? Mr. D, McDyson comes back with the recourse. Counsel asks you a question about use of immunity. You aware of that, right? Yes. And you've been given total immunity to be truthful. I have use immunity. So if you're not truthful, you can be charged with perjury. You aware of that? I'm aware. Ma'am, I know there's a lot of talk about GSR. Are you aware there's a witness in this case that says you're the shooter? Are you aware of that? Objection. Objection. Misstates. One attorney at a time. Objection sustained. Bullshit. After this incident, you got a lawyer, right? Immediately after this incident, correct? As counsel said, yes. And you knew about the GSR, correct? At that time, no. What time, when did you find out about the GSR? Counsel said in July of 2022, you knew that somebody was alleging you're the shooter. Objection. Assumes facts not in evidence. Overruled. I don't know when I learned about it, but it wasn't at that time. Okay, you learned about it way after, correct? Correct. And you way after also heard there was a witness, correct? Correct. And that's when you decided to go speak to the people, correct? In September of 2022, I went when I got subpoenaed. There was a text message shown, man, that supposedly you sent that said somebody came in the back of the car and pulled your hair and pulled you out the car. Do you remember that text counsel was showing you? I don't remember that text, but do you remember counsel showing you that text? Yes, ma'am. Did the same prosecutor yesterday tell you that you allegedly said that you and Megan got out of the car because my client said, "Hoes, leave my car, get out my car. This is my car." Do you remember that question counsel asked you? Yes. So which is it? Did my client ask you guys to leave the car because it's his car, or did he come grab you from your hair and have you leave, or did you and Megan just get out of the car because you were upset at each other? It was a lot going on. So we all got out of the car. I'm going to say a line. I want to know if you heard this line before. I'm taking shots at you, bitch. I'm busting you. You heard that line before? Objection, relevance. Is that relevant to the case? Yes. All right, overruled. Oh, these is Kelsey lyrics. You know what I'm talking about? Say it again. I'm taking shots at you, bitch. I'm busting you. Remember that? Are you saying it verbatim? No, I don't remember that. Here, I'll say it. Let me say it verbatim. Who I'm taking shots at, bitch? I'm busting you. Remember that? Yes. And you said that, right? Yes. And that is in your song you came up with, a diss song, correct? Yes. That was a response to her diss track. Okay. That was in response to Megan having a diss song over you. Objection, relevance is overruled. Correct. Yes. It was a diss to me and Tory. And that was done right after this incident, correct? This was done in November. Okay. That's when you came back and said, I'm taking shots at you, bitch. I'm busting you, right? I'm sure. Who shot you? I'm sure you're aware of how that works. So, no, I didn't verbatim say anything. No further questions. He got her ass right there. Yo, they should have had, Tory should have been not guilty off of this shit right here. She said she shot Megan. Or she took shots at her. And says, who shot you, bitch? I'm sure you're aware of how that works. So, no, I didn't verbatim say anything. No further questions. Anything on that one point? May I just have a moment, please? Yes. Thank you. No further. So that's that. That's the end of Kelsey's. That's the end of Kelsey's testimony. Now, going through her testimony on both sides, if you supposed to convict a person beyond a reasonable doubt, you tell me there's no doubt in Kelsey's statement? You telling me there's no doubt in Kelsey's statements? Should we play the song? Y'all want to hear it? Yeah, I wouldn't want to put my life in the jury's hands either. Because if you get 12 dummies up there and they hear this information and a motherfucker get convicted on her testimony, beyond a reasonable doubt, there's no doubt in none of or her, I don't know, I don't remember, I didn't say that. Where is what the hell is going on, bro? What is going on? Let me see if I can find her song real quick. I think it's called Shots Fired. Let's see. Here goes something for y'all to look back on. Let's see how this hit. It might hit a little different. Let's see.
And call me. You still won't pick up that phone and call me. I will respect you more if you call me. I've expressed all my concerns to you directly. And you know what my issue is with you. I wasn't your enemy. You made me your enemy. We stopped fucking with each other, but I wasn't your enemy. You made me your enemy. I have every right to get on here and address this because you made a diss track for millions of people to hear trying to humiliate me. And I'm not hurt by the comments. I'm not hurt by any of that. But when it's coming from somebody that you really know, that's the problem. And Megan, I know you. We know each other. I know you like the back of my hand. So I don't know why you playing with me. I don't know why you playing with me. Because I can get on here and say some shit.
The girl, I told her, she said, you must only shame.
I don't understand. It's like you be contradicting like a lot of shit. If anybody's a narcissist, it's you. And I don't want, my intentions isn't to mess up nobody's image, nothing like that. I've been trying to move on with my life, actually. Only time I reply to something is when somebody sends some shit to me, some hate shit to me on purpose, intentionally. And y'all see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see it happening. So, let me make sure I ain't forgetting nothing. And the people around you too. You know what I'm saying? They know it's real. Y'all know I was solid. Y'all know I was loyal to that girl. I would have did anything for her. You know what I'm saying? So, the truth is, in your song, I think you said, I want the niggas, I don't know what the fuck, I want the niggas you got or some shit. We all know that I ain't never wanted none of your niggas. It was really, come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first. And that ain't right, because you supposed to be my best friend. We laugh at bitches that do that shit to each other. We not supposed to do that shit to each other. So stop playing with me. And I don't want to go back and forth on the internet. I don't care whatever you think you got on me. Expose the shit. Because there's nothing that you can expose that I won't hold myself accountable for. Accountability. You need to learn how to hold yourself accountable for shit. This shit, I don't even know why it's going this far. I don't understand to this day, y'all. Y'all ask me these questions. I don't have the answers. I don't have the fucking answers. Because people don't know how to be mature and talk like adults. Y'all can't say that I ain't trying to have no real conversation. Y'all can't say that. And really, I'm not the one that should have been having. Y'all should have been having conversations with me. Y'all owe me a fucking conversation. I don't owe nobody shit. I don't owe my loyalty to nobody no more. I don't owe shit. So please stop playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me, because, you know, we can take it there. I want you to move on with your life. I want you to elevate. I want you to succeed. I'm not you. You're Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not you. I'm Kelsey. Let me do what I have to do to get where I need to be to make sure my family eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here really trying to make some shit happen. That's why you fucked with me so tough, because I was a hustler. Because I was on my shit. I stopped what I was doing to support you, because I wanted to do that from my heart. Anyways, if you had the right people around you, they would probably be telling you, you know, to slow down on some of the shit you're doing. It's not right. It's not. If you're gonna preach protect Black women, stand on that shit. Stand on that shit. Because you and I both know. You and I both know.
I got something.
And I'm not here to address the incident of that. I'm talking about shots fired. You know why? Because there was multiple lies said on that shit directed to me, which caused a hate train on me. Anyways. It'd be some haters on here.
Don't worry about you. Don't be up. I'm already.
Anyways. Am I mad? No, I'm actually, yeah, I'm upset. I'm real upset. I'm gonna read a few of y'all's comments and then I'm gonna get the fuck off of here. But y'all stay tuned, because I'm definitely sending my response back. I'm definitely replying. Oh yeah, and I don't got no fucking hush money for the 100th time. But you still won't pick up that.
That was the girl Kelsey. Now, before I get into Megan's testimony, I just want to bring on a character witness, right? Her name is actually Megan Thee Stallion. She's going to be her own character witness. And I want y'all to see Megan's been in this situation before with Tory, right? And I want y'all to see how she handled it, okay? I'm still under fair use here, all right? So that you know. Check this out. This is going to be very telling to a lot of y'all, that especially the ones that did never seen it.
Basically, I just wanted to have a little story time right quick, because bitches is always talking and running with shit that ain't true. And people be really making up stuff, and I don't like it. I don't like it when y'all be lying on me. I don't like that. Don't lie on me, because I don't be doing nothing to nobody. I don't say nothing to nobody. I don't talk bad about nobody. And I feel like y'all just be really ready for some bad news about me. And it's crazy. So, anyways, and it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing, but I'm a real bitch, so I don't give a fuck. So, I saw my fucking ugly ass mugshot. Oh my God. My mugshot is so terrible. It's so horrible, but you know, it is what it is, and sometimes you just really gotta back up what you be about. So, bitch, I was like maybe 19 or 20, and I was in college, and I had a real beautiful toxic relationship, and I had a real bad. It was fun, but it was bad. It was, and I had to get out of it. But it was like a situation where I was at motherfucking South by Southwest, and my motherfucking boyfriend at the time, I had just found out that this nigga had a baby right then and there at the damn concert. Bitch, at the damn concert. Like, bitch, what a way to find out your nigga cheated on you and had a baby. Like, bitch, and the baby had been born. Like, the baby was here. The baby was damn near 1. So I like snatched the nigga phone, and actually I ain't even had to snatch it. The nigga was just going hard on his phone, like typing hard to the bitch. And I'm like, who the fuck you texting? So I guess he was just tired of lying, and he just gave me the phone, and I'm looking through the text messages, and the text messages was like, fuck you and that bitch Megan, I don't give a fuck, you need to come take care of this baby. I was like, so you got a baby? Like, and I was so mad, and y'all got to know my temper is bad. I was so mad that I had to just try to collect myself and walk away. So I'm trying to walk away, and my boyfriend at the time was really not trying to see me go. So I'm walking away, and this nigga pulling on me and pushing on me and whatever. Like I said, it was toxic. It was fun at the time, but it was very toxic. But I was young, and I thought that toxic shit was cute. But it's not. Don't let niggas put their hands on you, and don't put your hands on niggas. Because I'm not going to say that I wouldn't put my hands on him. Because when that nigga got out of the line, I was wrapping his ass up. But that ain't come at no little cute price. So anyway, and I was really trying to keep the peace, trying to keep it player, because we was in a public environment. So I tried to walk away. The nigga pulling on me and shit, pushing on me. The nigga take my phone, throw it on the ground, stomp on that bitch. The nigga stomps on my phone. And listen, I'm tall. I'm 5'10". My nigga at the time was 6'9". Okay, so just picture that. So my nigga take my phone, throw it on the ground, stomp that bitch out. I'm trying to call my friends. I can't call nobody. I'm trying to call Jayla. So the nigga take my phone. Somebody call the police because they seen me and the nigga getting into it. So y'all got to know, it's taking everything out my being not to really steal off on this nigga in the middle of the street. He tried it really one too many times because you only got so many times to push a real bitch. So the nigga had it coming. It just so happened that when I was ready to give it to him, the motherfucking police pulled up when I'm punching. So the motherfucking police jump out the car. Ma'am. Why God, I just found out this nigga had a baby. Now the police are here, and now it looks like I'm the aggressor, and now like I just look like the motherfucking bad guy. So the police is like, ma'am, what's going on? Are you okay? Da, da, da. And I'm like, no, he just had a baby. I just found out he cheated on me. Da, da, da. And my boyfriend, he mad. He mad. Fuck that. Da, da, da. Megan, shut up. Da, da, da. So I'm a real bitch to the T, to the heart, to the core. The police officer asked me, did he hit you? Bitch, I look rough, my weave to the side, my shirt jacked up, my pants dirty because he been pushing me. So me being the real bitch that I am, the strong black queen trying to hold it down for my black king, I say, no, officer, he didn't hit me because I don't want him to go to jail. Bitch, the motherfucking laws asked that nigga, did he hit me? I mean, the laws asked that nigga, did I hit him? That nigga said, yeah, he hit me. She hit me in the eye. Da, da, da. Oh, like he really gassing it. Like this nigga said, yeah, she hit me in the eye. Bitch, you got to know they sent me straight to jail. Bitch, them hoes cuffed me. I ain't never been cuffed in my life. Like, bitch, I ain't never had no handcuffs on me. Never in my motherfucking life. So I'm sitting there on the side of the curb thinking to myself, damn, I'm finna go to jail. Like, I'm gone. Like, bitch, I'm going to prison. Like, I done put my hands on this nigga outside. He out here lying on me. So my nigga had a baby. Been had the baby. Baby been here. I ain't know nothing about it. Just found out about it 20 minutes ago. Now I'm in cuffs. Now I'm finna go to jail. My nigga don't care. So, bitch, they put me in the back of that damn car. Oh, it smelled like pee. It was like a fucking bench in the back seat. It wasn't even seats. It was a bench. So I'm in the back and I'm like, damn, I gotta call my mama. Like, when I get to jail, I gotta call my mama. Mama, if I would have told my motherfucking mama that I was going to jail behind this nigga, she would have drove to me and beat my ass. Bitch, I was scared, so I didn't tell my mama. So I'm in the backseat of the motherfucking cop car crying. I'm bawling my motherfucking eyes out. Bitch, I ain't never been this sad in my life. Because I ain't never been in jail. I ain't never had no criminal history, criminal record. I ain't never did. Bitch, I ain't stole a pack of gum. So I'm in the backseat of the car, and I'm like, damn, what do I do? Like, who do I call? I should call my grandma. When I get to the jail, bitch, they told me to take off all my clothes, bitch. I had to take off all my clothes. I had to take off my belly ring. I had to take off my goddamn piercing right here, bitch. And I don't take off my belly ring for nothing. The police made me take my belly ring off. So I'm in that hole crying, bawling. I'm about to die. I'm so sad. I can't believe I'm in jail. So, bitch, they put me in this ugly ass black and white jumpsuit. So I'm like, damn, this really jail. So I get in this hole and I'm like sitting in there with some delinquents and some old bitches, and like it's a little bitch in there with some pink hair. She like, yeah, what you in here for? I'm like, my boyfriend just had a baby, and she's like, oh girl, stop crying, you gonna get out. And I'm like, no, because I've never been to jail before. Like, I'm in that whole pussy, like up the fuck set. So I was in jail maybe like 2 days in that hole, sad, depressed. I ain't never had no depression. They keep sliding notes under my door asking me, do I want to kill myself? And I'm like, well, damn, bitch, do I want to kill myself? Because I don't want to be in here. Take me to heaven. You might as well. The love of my life done broke my heart, cheated on me. Take me, God. Just take me. Bitch, I ain't going to never be the same after this. So in the jail that I was in, you couldn't even call numbers that was not in that city. So guess who the only nigga I can call? My motherfucking boyfriend. So not only do I have to talk to this nigga, but now I want to go off because, bitch, you done had a baby, bitch. You done had a baby on me, you bitch. So we on the phone and we arguing. We're not even talking about how to get me out of jail. We arguing because, bitch, I just found out that you had a baby and you sent me to jail. So he crying. We both crying. And I'm like, you got to call my grandma. Like, we can't call Holly because if we call Holly, we all dead. So I get out of jail after them 2 miserable ass days. And guess where my stupid ass go? To the nigga house. All my shit over there. The law's asking him, do he want to press charges on me? On me? You want to press charges on me? So not only was my boyfriend, and it was all stupid. He was like, I only fucked that bitch one time. I don't even know how this happened. I'm like, one time? You fucked the bitch one time and she got pregnant? You fucked the bitch one time, she got pregnant, and she cussing me and you out in text messages? I don't know about that. But, I mean, we was young. Play as fuck up. I had loved that nigga. Oh, I love that nigga with my whole body, bitch. I went to jail, bitch. And I hit him. I did. I had to hit him. He was pushing me, so I pushed him. And the laws caught me. So, bitch, I had went to jail, and that's what had happened. And, I mean, eventually I had broke up with him because he said it wasn't his baby, but then it come to find out it was. So I had to just, I had to get out of that toxic situation. But once I love somebody, I'm stuck with them. I got to keep fucking with them. Like, if you my nigga for life. But I ain't been like that with nobody since then because I cannot trust niggas. A nigga will really be in your face for a year with a whole baby born. And it's like, if you can't go to Bella Noche's, then where the hell could you go? No, but but I mean, I guess that's kind of probably why I am the way that I am, because a nigga was in my face for a long time, lying like he ain't had no baby, like we was in love. So I mean, that's where my little mugshot came from or whatever. I just wanted to say that because I seen somebody on the internet saying that I hit my mother and I be drinking so much because I'm trying to hide the pain. And I'm like, bitch, I be drinking because I like to drink, ho. I like to turn up. Do not bring my mother into this, okay? That's not cute. Y'all hoes on the internet need to find something better to do. Y'all need to go play. Y'all need to go play with y'all fave. Y'all need to talk about what you and your favorite doing, okay? Don't talk about me. If you don't like me, you ain't got to speak about me. Because, baby, trust me, me and my hotties is not worried about you. That's the thing about it. you and your people, y'all take that negativity that way, okay? Because if I beat a nigga ass, I beat a nigga ass. I don't know why they put that shit under family violence. That nigga not my family. That bitch and that baby is family. No, but no, like, if I beat a nigga ass, I beat a nigga ass. I ain't beat niggas' asses no more because I know a nigga quickly snitch on you and send you to jail. I know that. That's what I know now. So, ladies, if you hitting on that nigga, you need to stop, bitch. Because if the laws ask him, did you hit him? He gonna say yes. Bitch, you going to jail. You're going to jail. Take it from the hot girl coach, okay? But yeah, that was my little story time. So y'all hoes on the internet, stop bringing my motherfucking mama up, because y'all don't want the motherfucking problems. Please and thank you. Any motherfucking questions, comments, concerns, we answering them right here, right now.
I just wanted to give you, before we get into our testimony, I just wanted to give a little character witness to who you're about to see on the stand. Because you know she's not going to be talking like that on the stand, okay? So I'm going to start on Megan tomorrow so I can have a fresh run. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel if it ain't going to hurt you none. Bev G, what up, Bev G? I'm going to call you tonight. Well, no, I'm not, because you're over in Great Britain. So it's past midnight. I'll call you in the morning. You may be asleep. But if you're watching, call me. Joke, no joke, man. I know how I go. We here now. We out.
Check it out. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes. DJ S&S the Great. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. Best day of my life, no sleep all night. Broke day for weeks, my cash was right. My capo tight, take our loot, unite. 23-hour shifts had to see loot like Mike. Cash lovely, yeah, Dougie. How could this day get so ugly? Wifey bout to pop like some bubbly. Yo, doodles now most, you really bug me. Felt like a star, cop first car. Get up with the guard, what it is, baby paw. You about to cop a van, get up with our mans. Before we reached our low spot, toes bland. Unaware what happened, discussing the clapping. It wasn't loud, ain't shit gonna happen. Me being stupid instead of getting they moving. This nigga kept chefing like the woo one. Then we heard a knock, no one knew of this spot. Since niggas in the spot, since niggas not. Ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. I'm in the precinct all damn even. This good cop, bad cop shit got me steaming. No, I was caught, I ain't give a fuck. Had jokes like the usual suspects line up. Book times up, came back fucked. Shirt wrinkled up, my pigs roughed me up. Time's up, heard them clink of the cuffs. Niggas was so deep they had to call on the bus. Everybody that checks outside waiting on us like ghetto celebs. Our cells ain't plush. 5 in the book and gave a whooping. He never forget, they gotta be split. Up in the courtroom, they cause it ruckus. Everybody in the jacks waiting on us. Try to bail us out, that thought got thrown out. Bill one so high, I couldn't bear half a nigga out. Hopped out, that's what first fell in the bow. Back on the bus, Rikers the ride. Wifey in the courtroom crying out. We love y'all with tears running in their you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. Stay the hell. Don't follow those cats. Niggas that be on the gram. Tell them, boy, what they doing. Joke, no joke. You know what it is. Yo, y'all niggas better stay DL. Down low. Stop flossing, man. You just want them to just come and get you? Learn from our mistakes, man. That's what this is about. Learn from mistakes. Choke, no joke. Let's go. You already know. Make it low. Let's go. My aim was enlightened. Drop jewels on you. You thinking I'm jealous? I ain't got cheddar like you. I'm the dude to a game. You got school. Was a local cat, snatch you when I made moves. I'm paranoid and preaching. You was sleeping. Knew you was sneak thief and couldn't see us beefing. Learn from mistake. Don't show I got cake. Impress a nigga to rob me. Bitch, seal my fate. Get knocked by the feds. Lay up for about 8. Ass so busy flossing, ain't thinking about Jake. Loose, yapping, they wiretapping, videotaping, your ways in action. Front like time's hard, two-door garage, ice like Liberage, with no damn jaw, without a reasonable doubt. You think you Jay-Z with your platinum jewelry? He got a job, B. You shining on doctors with 4 degrees. Laughing cause I'm broke on the streets. Stay DL, BDL and Sal. You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Stay DL, BDL and Sal. You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Stay DL, BDL and Sal. You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Shh, let's go. For beef, we not dolo. For cash, you go solo. Thought I was your man, shot me down like Manolo. Thought I was your partner when you played me was whack. No niggas dust that I wouldn't flip like that. What gives? See your man struggle while you live? That's some shit. Struggling, give you the kicks. Used to stick for gooses. Warm when we pump deuces. Break night in the jacks, trying to see millions like Brewster. You don't act like you used to. I'm the dude. When niggas was frontin', you was like, yo, joke, go through. I wet you like McLean for those who claim to be pain. The game of death, that's what you get, we got game. Ill with automatics, we're never static. You carry at niggas, put one in your cabbage. Fear, don't have it, you fill me with laughter. And OGSC, then I'm original gun clapper. Like Dan get dapper, see a mill be Casper. Like Dre the doctor, the map from after. Stay DL, BDL and Sal. You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Stay DL, BDL and Sal. You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Stay DL, BDL and Sal. You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Nigga, y'all loud, louder than the weed, nigga. Thinking with your pockets, caught the ice locket. She's somewhere in Houston, you blew like a rocket. Her seed was bait, through the line she caught it. Gave her all that loot, she couldn't afford it. Frontin' to them bitches, yo, I'm feeling hell. Blue puff in your face, daddy, all about Benjamin. Remember me, I'm your friend to the end. Like Chucky, used to slay bitches like Buffy. Thinking why they cuff me, think of the luxuries you had. In the cell with other willies, you brag. I push the big Benz with 20-inch rims. Went in the club, Chris for all my men. Sitting across the bar, what's up, star? Back to reality, you back in bars. You chose not to listen, had the H-class glisten. Knew the rules of the game, played yourself out position. Stay DL, BDL and Sal. You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Stay DL, BDL and Sal. You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Stay DL, BDL and Sal. You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Yo, son, yo. Son, that son is me, yo. I see. You ain't noticed me, yo.
Hold on. No autographs right now. I got something to handle right here. No disrespect.
Beat on the drums.
Choke, no joke on the mic. Life with success. Is this what it is? Let's go. Life with success, is this what it is? Paparazzi running around flashing your kids, trying to catch them with a blunt or a cig, hoping that they fall in some type of addiction. Baby mama hitting you with numbers like addition. She's so high, you feel like she pimping. It's alright, bitch, yeah, I'm tripping, but it's better than the fucking max I'm spitting. You can have every time before you see this Jimmy again. If life was a movie, you'd be going in the wind. And this flow ain't conceptualized on gin and tonic. But how ironic, you filed once a nigga went and got it poppin'. I guess that's why you pushed up when I was Milano hopping. Out at high school, fresh with jewels, looking successful as I do. I made you a star in the hood, kept you in leathers and bamboos. Fresh footwear, girl, I kept you good. Every color to match, your butter sauce, moved you to edge comb. From the concourse, left mom house sitting better off. Now you write that shit all off. Like taxes, make me wanna remove your parts with chainsaw and axes. I need to roll up and get back to relaxing. Is this what it is? Life with success, huh? Is this what it is? Chicks you took care of, motherfuckers you looked out for. Everybody turn on you back, they motherfucking hand out. Is this what it is? Life was success. Sometimes it sucks. When people want something's when they call up. Yeah. People wanna hang, cause you got a new truck. Let's go. Now you hang with chicks that you dreamed you fuck. Haters want you stuck, chicks trying to get knocked up. Cake in the oven and eat your cake up. Chick get your own and raise our stakes up. The more you get, yo, the shit get iller. So I might go from the glove one and turn to thriller. Saw dealers get extorted by Popo when they needed a filler. And the shit get realer. They wanna clap back but sit back and be a griller. Or be on a manhunt like Larry Davis. That's on the realer. Success have a lot of dudes on painkillers or puffing that fuzzy like caterpillars. It ain't easy to deal with. Life is success, huh? Is this what it is? Life with success. Is this what it is? Thank you.
Choke no joke. You already know. If you just tuned in, you have missed the show. But get subscribed to the channel. Get subscribed, hit the notifications, and you won't miss what happened. We saying goodnight. Shout out to Kelsey. Shout out to Tory Lanez. Much love and prayers out for everybody. See y'all tomorrow, man. Choke no joke. Catch y'all in the morning. I will be outside at 8 a.m. All right, 8 a.m. I will be in the park tomorrow. All right. Getting back to my early routine. All right. Y'all know what it is. Choke no joke. Thanks for all the support. I appreciate y'all. Much love.